Welcome to Honestly Speaking, a safe place to be unsafe. Life commentary and dialogue from a biblical, logical, cultural, and comical perspective.
Hey, what up, everybody? It's your girl, Honestly Speaking. As per usual, how are you doing? Me and my friends, we talk about recent topics and we kind of break them down and talk about them real quick. My man Jonas, people are going to be triggered, but we're going to talk. And we got my man Dante to say a couple of things after we break down what a famous person on the internet gives as relationship advice and the impact and implications that are underneath it all. So let's talk. So we're going to transition now to Jonas's hot take again, folks. Trigger warning.
Yes.
Particular video. I'm gonna allow him to explain it. Women, please don't come for us. We are going to talk briefly about this after the fact, and then we're going to move on. Jonas has the one. Jonas is the one. He's going to be the one. He's like, hey, what am I not supposed to say? What am I not supposed to talk about? Say that because I'm good and it's cool. And I think we should have this conversation. And that's part of the reason why I really respect Jonas, because he's not afraid to be dangerous. Right. And then when you hear him, you hear his heart.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because I'm stingy. I'm stingy with the.
Excuse me?
I'm stingy with it. I do not give it up easily.
Were you married to your daughter's? Your baby mama though, right?
My baby mama. I've never been married. No, but I just
okay.
don't.
So
I know.
Hold on. Let's talk about this though. See, I find it funny that women like yourself, baby mamas, all of a sudden want to get stingy with the after you done gave your womb up before a ring. But then you want the high value men to put a ring on it before he gets it?
So am I supposed to give it away?
You right, you already did. Because here's the thing. See, that's what I mean. Ma'am, you're a used vehicle wanting brand new 2021 prices. You can laugh all you want to, ma'am. You're not even exclusive. You're talking about he's marriage minded. What do you think he's inserting his in his hand?
No, that's the thing. He could be inserting it somewhere else.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Men with options don't play these games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you what you have to do, but I'm telling you that if you're telling us or telling me that you have had sex with a man and had a child outside of marriage, and then you go into the dating market and telling another guy, you got to pay a higher price than this other guy did. Is the child's father in the life?
Yeah, he's in her life.
Is he a high value man?
I would say so.
No, but is he making $10,000 a month or more?
No.
Then he's not a high value man. Is the guy that you've been with 6 months who's non-exclusive making $10,000 a month or more?
Yeah, he is.
So in other words, the broke womb for free, but the rich can't even get. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Honestly,
you're not even exclusive.
A lot of the advice out there is to reserve the goodies.
There's no reserving anything, ma'am. You've already had a child. See, the advice that you're getting that from. Let me take it down a bit. The advice that you ladies are getting that from is from women. I'm telling you, as a man, as a high value man who have high value men, clients and friends, this is one of the things that puts you in the no category. He may enjoy your time. He may like seeing you, but I guarantee you this: you are not seriously on his radar, because there's no way he can go back and tell his colleagues, other high value men, this story and maintain respect. You are saying you had a child with a lower value man, but then you're with a higher value man and you won't even have sex. You're not a child. You're 30, right?
I'm 30, yeah.
So why are you playing games with this sex? It's manipulation, ma'am. That's what it is.
Why? It's not. It's
not 6
okay.
months, ma'am. It's not 6 days. It's manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we can get to that point.
No, you can see. And see, here's what'll happen. Let me tell you. Let me go ahead and play the magic 8-ball for you. When you finally decide to give it up to him, he's gonna take it and then he's gonna split. Because men do not like to be played like this.
That's it.
Yes. My guess is you've already blown this. Men do not like to be played like this. He has investments in this, so he wants to get the tail. But I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. You've heard this from Steve Harvey and all these other dating gurus, but you know what? No men follow Steve Harvey. There are no men in these audiences. And one of the biggest mistakes you ladies try to do is to become born again virgins, waiting 90 days after you're already mothers. Laughing, but you played yourself. You said he's marriage minded, but then you say he's not monogamous. Why would he be?
I hear you.
Did you ever think of it this way? Or are you thinking of it like most women, like you're in the power position? You're approaching this like you are in the power position in a negotiation. Do you make more than him?
I do.
There you go. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Right there. You make more. You make more than him, but you had baby for a lesser man. Woo! Your godfather is certified. Oh, you made a mistake, ma'am. I get it. I get it. But let me try to help you with how men look at this. You earn on par with the high value man?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You earn on par with him, and he's getting less from you. How long were you with the child, your child's father?
Probably 4 years.
4 years. And in what year did you have your child?
We were off and on. I had my child in 2012.
I don't know what that means, ma'am. I don't know your life. What year of the relationship?
2012. Can you hear me?
Yes, but how long had you been together before you got pregnant?
About a year.
So, you've been with him for 6 months. He can't get no. You were with this lower earning man for a year and he can get a baby.
I was young. Yeah.
Oh, see, let me stop you right there. That's some.
I know, but where do we go from here?
Oh, here's where you go from here. Here's where you go from here. Here's where you go from here. Are you listening? You listening? Don't f this up. Playing games. You're playing games.
Crystal, I see your face.
Yeah, you're not sharing it anymore. Woo-sigh, everybody. Just breathe. Dante in the back, writing fast, feverishly. Like, just breathe.
All right, so listen. I saw that, and I was like, interesting. And I saw a bunch of other videos from him. And I think that there's some valid points in a lot of his videos and things that he's saying. And then I went around and I was looking at things that I saw people say about relationships and things that they want and things that they desire. And so if I could move. So if you guys can see the little graphic behind here, it says what we say. Right, everyone wants loyalty, consistency, and somebody who won't quit. But then it says we forget that person has to be us also, right? And so, and the idea of value is that in his other videos, he's always talking about the high value man or high value woman. And I'm like, if people value each other instead of like swinging the pendulum from left to right, on one side, he's swinging all the way to the left. There's areas where he's right. If you swing all the way to the right, there's areas where a woman will retort that, and she's right. But there's a balance in every relationship where you like real communication happens, right? And so I wanted that video, and also other ones that I want to kind of push out because I think that a balanced conversation needs to happen. And but moving down here, that's the stuff that we say, but then the things that we portray. Right? So she was saying, hey, I want a certain type of person. Guys say they want a certain type of person. And so we know what we say, but then it's those things that we believe, right? Saw someone post, I'm not negotiating my value with anyone. I'm worth it, been worth it, and will forever be worth it. But they don't look at other people as being on their level of worth. And I think that that's something that causes one, friction between men and women, or people in general, because we only look at things we know what we want, but we look at things from our perspective and we rarely try to understand someone else's. And so I go to what we forget, which is we don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. And one thing that he said that I thought was interesting, and another video where he was speaking with another guy, and he was just like, if balance and understanding is not the goal, don't be naive, play on the field you can afford. And so for me, it's like, hey, either be what you or present what you believe, be what you say, or find the area where you can afford to play. So that's my quick take. Rebuttal.
Can you stop sharing your screen real quick?
Yeah.
Great. All right. Crystal, did you want to go first? Dante, do you want to go last? I think Dante is like last, either last or first. Which one you want, Dante?
Like, don't hit him first. Go first. Follow up.
I want to go after the ladies speak.
I'm trying not to say anything inappropriate. The bottom line is that was a waste of airtime. At some point she should have hung up. I agree that we're all valuable. We do, as women, we need to value ourselves. We need to teach our daughters to value themselves. As men, we need to value ourselves and teach our sons to value themselves. And I do believe that it's not just about her getting her needs met, that the choice not to engage in sexual activity is a choice that's beneficial for both of them, so that they don't get themselves caught up in a situation that they don't need to be in. It gives them time to get to know each other, to decide if they can commit to a life together before they go getting their hearts intertwined with one another. And then you got another situation, maybe it's a year from now, maybe it's 2 years from now, but she was with this other dude for like 4 years and they had a whole child with no commitment, no security. Dude he was just, and all of that high value man stuff, y'all got it. Like, I don't have nothing. Is he a high value man? He not a high value man. All of that nonsense coming out of his mouth. I'm done.
All right. So that's your two.
Time out. Look at Dante. He's like that guy reaching in for a tag.
That's your 2 minutes. All right, Crystal, I'll go. When I first sent this when Jonas first sent this to me, I struggled so much. I was just like, are me and Jonas going to be friends? Like, what is going on? I'm like, why? You know what I mean? And I listened to it, and I automatically, because I'm go here. I get seats. I don't have time for the trash, the opinions. Facts don't care about your feelings. I get statistics. And then a beautiful thought occurred to me. I said to myself, I call this dude condescending grift. I could say that he contradicted himself several times, even in his own video, saying she doesn't listen to any, she's not getting this advice from any men. She only listens to women. And then said he listens to Steve Harvey. I could have pointed out the fact that he really, from a psychological therapist perspective, doesn't have any understanding or concept of people and value, and even constantly seeks male validation and uses people, i.e. especially women and even other men, to create this system of value, and how it seems like he comes from so much hurt and pain. I could have did that. But what I chose to do was a peace came over me when I thought about the following scripture. It's one of the scriptures that actually is like a life verse, especially for what it is that we do here. Because the aim of this platform for me, of my voice on this platform, is to inspire people to think critically and to think well, so that they love people well and thoroughly. All right. Love people that you're called, and also the ones that you are qualified to love, the ones that you have the ability to love them. Right. And it says, it reminds me of a quote by Jasmine Mance, who's one of my favorite poets. And she says, "Don't become a monster while trying to love or help a monster." And it's like, yo, this dude, it was a warning to myself. Don't become, because he's obviously become the thing that he hated, right? So, and the thing that hurt him. So the scripture is Romans 12, 1 to, I'm just going to go 1 and 2. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, offer your bodies as living sacrifices, offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. See, the problem for us as saints, now I'm not talking to the ain'ts, the non-believers, all of those. The problem for us as Christians is that we have been conditioned by the world. We have been conditioned by the world, and we don't even realize we've been conditioned by the world. So we getting our value from what this dude is saying. My thought was, who is Buddy? Who is he? So I'm gonna end on that note. His opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter here on earth. And I urge people who listen to him I'm gonna end on the question: why is his voice ringing true to you? Okay, because there are some things that he says that are valid. But I think he's a grifter, which means he's a swindler of the truth, and he spins it in the same way that Steve Harvey and all these other people that he talks about spins it. So just like I'm not going to dig through excrement for the kernels of corn that might be in it, I'm not even going to give this dude my time. And that's my summary.
Okay.
Good. Oh man, 2 minutes. Okay, I don't really speak in I speak in a lot of absolute phrases, and I'll break it down later. But with 2 minutes, so I didn't know the brother. Watching it the first time I ever heard of him, Kevin Samuels, I believe his name is. As a consultant, I guess if that young lady was coming to him for advice, I could see why. He just spoke. He spoke his truth, right? So I mean, I get it. Like I get it. Watching the video or the clips that we watched, and again, we're watching a abridged version, so I don't know the full context or anything like that. I'm just trying to take it from what we saw. For me, I want to say first and foremost, when Kevin says that this is what men think, Kevin does not speak for me. Kevin does not speak for me. He speaks for maybe the men that he knows or the men that affected his life or whatever, maybe the men that he hangs out with. But I think him speaking for men holistically is a failure right away, because every man doesn't feel that way. Some of us might, but every man doesn't feel that way. So doing that as if he is an authority on manhood, it frustrates me immediately. Secondly, I think that the gentleman was given advice and he's asking questions, but then he's cutting her off every time she answers. No, ma'am. And then the condescending part is the ma'am then cutting you off and then asking you another question to frame it because you already have the answer for that question. A lot of that is greasy to me. You're talking about a woman's personal value, her relationships, I'm not even going to go on to all of this stuff. My point is this, listening to a guy like that, I'm just wondering where is the fruit of his thinking? I want to see the fruit of how he processes and thinks. I want to see his daughter and how she operates in that mentality. I want to see his wife. I want to see female relationships and companionships that have processed out of that ideology. This person is essentially saying, within a certain time frame, you should give up the purity that you chose to reclaim, even though you may have forfeited it earlier in your life, because men have an expectation, given the fact that they're high value based off of a certain amount of money that I think that they should make to make them high value, even though I'm sitting in a low budget house doing a low budget podcast, giving you low budget consultant advice. But I'm speaking for all men at this moment. For me, my skin wanted to curl because what I saw there was this woman's like, yeah, okay. The fact that she's still talking and hasn't got up and left indicates that he has more power and influence than we even understand. And so for me, I'm like, you know what? It's just like anything else. And I'm sure we're going to talk about later. My 2 minutes is ending. Men now have to defend Kevin Samuels. I don't want to see his name. It's just like, that is the reason why women are pushing to the left and you know what? All men think like this, because some guy has a microphone and some colorful lights and he's knocking this girl for 10 slides. High value man, I guess. I just think he's a clown. I mean, that's just as like anything else. And here's the last part. I'll be quiet. Anything else that he ever puts out, I would never receive. Any woman that heard that particular clip, and I'm sure he might have good stuff, maybe, I don't know, but any woman that heard that clip is going to be turned off for anything else that he has to receive. So the consulting business is maybe for broken men. It should just be a broken men consulting business. Because speaking to women about how they should preserve their purity and they can't, I wish you would call a woman that I know a used car. Like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I think that it was a lot going on. I'm not particularly good with maintaining my passion. I'm not upset or frustrated at all. But I think that thinking like that comes from a broken place, and it only ends up breaking more people.
I want to say more, but we got to move on. I think everybody handled it well. We're gonna move on, and what we're gonna do now. Wait. You already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace.